Yo, what is happening? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to another Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Warzone gameplay commentary, so to speak. Well, it's not really gameplay, it's more commentary, kind of like gaming news with opinion, guys. If you are new here as well, make sure you smash that subscribe button. If you want to see more content like this, leave a like. Guys, we've actually been smashing it. Like the last 4 videos I've done on Warzone, we've been getting like over 100 likes a video, so a big thank you to everybody supporting the channel. Helps with the YouTube algorithm. I've been seeing, new subscribers, all that kind of stuff as well, so big thank you to everybody who's watching the videos in their entirety, everybody who's leaving likes, comments. It kind of helps. I know I say this frequently, I'd be nothing without, all you guys and girls watching the video, so yeah, big thank you to you all. So the video, guys, waffling on too much like normal on this channel. I've just found out, right, that obviously Warzone has added bot lobbies. Well, they're not bot lobbies, they call them casual lobbies. They have, 8 teams of 4? So you've got like, 8 times 4, guys? Come on, 32 players in the game, and then the rest of the lobby. So it's a 148 team lobby. Sorry, player lobby. So you got 8, 16, 24, 32 players. Did I get that right first time? I think I did. I think I did, guys. I'm not restarting the video. Just trying to make myself look like I'm, Stephen Hawking. 32 players. And then you've got the rest of the lobbies filled up with bots, which, again, like a lot of people like this casual, game mode. A lot of sweats are playing it, though. A lot of sweats, like, going in, dropping loads of kills and all that kind of stuff. So it's not just for casuals, really. Like, good players are playing that game. The gameplay in your background you've got is me on that mode. I'm playing with 3 other people who are clearly better at the game than me. Like I said, guys, I'm not terrible at the game. Like, I've got hundreds and hundreds of wins, guys, on Warzone, over the years. But I've not played the game for a long time. And because of the skill-based matchmaking system, the algorithms in the game, the game sees my stats, like, from when I used to play the game, thinking I'm still as good as what I used to be, like, 3-4 years ago. I'm not that good now. I'm average, but the problem is it's not dropping me in average players' lobbies. It's putting me against the sweats. I'm sure a lot of people are kind of in the same situation as me. You've already seen a lot of people, regardless of what Nero's saying, regardless of what I've said on my last couple of videos, if you look at the player numbers over the last 24 hours and you compare peak to peak, well, the game actually peaked at almost 150,000 players. Last night, the game barely peaked at 100,000 players, guys. So it shows you the dramatic drop-off. We all knew this was going to happen. We all knew a lot of players were going to come, play Warzone, Verdansk, more for nostalgic reasons than anything else. More for nostalgia. And they'd just piss off and go and play whatever other game, they're enjoying. And that's kind of what we're seeing, guys. Obviously, going to get people sticking around. Again, Activision on over the moon about the player numbers. Maybe Activision thought they might have got to 200,000, even 300,000, because again, the game peaked at near enough 500,000 players on Steam back in its prime, back in its heyday, back when Verdansk was around. But I don't think we're ever going to see those player numbers again when it comes to Call of Duty Warzone. There's just too many problems with the game now. People don't trust the game. They don't trust, the cheating streamers, people who can go in solo versus quads, get 50, 60 kill gameplays, and then all their viewers are that fucking stupid that they don't understand that clearly the guy's cheating. There's skill-based matchmaking in the game, guys. You shouldn't be dropping big scores like that in solo versus quads. Now, when they're playing quads versus quads, it's a bit different because, the gameplay's more coordinated, there's call-outs, all that kind of stuff, so you can kind of understand, a team of 4 streamers, dropping a lot of kills between them, but solo versus quads, somebody getting 40, 50 kills, even 30 kills, it's just hilarious that all these Call of Duty morons, muppets, actually think that their favourite streamer's not cheating. Remember everything what happened with Nadia, guys? Remember all the other streamers where for some reason in the bedroom, Warzone streaming in the bedroom, in the mum's basement, they can drop 40, 50 kills in a lobby, but then you put them on LAN, and yeah, they can barely fucking aim, guys. That's just how ridiculous the situation is. But yeah, Call of Duty, again, the player numbers, if we just look at them roughly, at its lowest point, Black Ops 6, well, Call of Duty on the Steam list, which includes Black Ops 6, what is it, the last 3 Call of Duties it includes now, so it's not a very true reflection of how many people are just playing the latest COD. All you can see is what everybody's playing, over the last 3 or 4 years when it comes to Call of Duty titles. So, yeah, the game kind of peaked at dropped to its lowest, you know, at 50,000 roughly. It was around 48, 49, but anyway, just for the purpose of keeping things simple, it dropped to around 50,000, you know, just before Verdansk came back. Then it jumped up to 150,000, not yesterday, day before, which is that's its peak for a while. And then you saw yesterday evening time again, Sunday evening as me making this video. Sorry, Monday evening as me making this video. It's Tuesday today when I'm recording it. It'll probably be on my channel Wednesday. Yeah, so it's gone from its lowest at 50,000. It went straight up to 150,000. Last night as me making this video, but then it's already dropped the following night to 100,000, guys. So you've seen it go from 50, jump up massively to 150, which again, all the Call of Duty Warzone shills, you know, Black Ops 6 shills, Call of Duty shills, they've all gone, oh great, Call of Duty's back, guys. But then the following night after, it's already gone from 150,000 back down to 100,000, which again, it's still good that, you know, the player count is still double than what it was, you know, a week or so ago. But you're going to see the trend continue, guys. Again, everybody's played Warzone, Verdansk, before. Yes, it's good that it's coming back. Yes, it might keep you entertained for a week or two. But I can kind of envisage that in a month's time, the player count's going to be back to pretty much what it was before the Verdansk update came out. Everybody's played the game. Everybody's bored of it now. Not just Verdansk, just Warzone in general. Like, every single game has its own shelf life. And it's like stupid design choices. Like, somebody let me know in yesterday's video. So a big thank you to, you know, everybody who kind of keeps me up to date with things I miss. Again, without the comments, without the community feedback I get on my channel, you know, it'd be pretty boring, my channel. So I like, you know, interacting with all, you know, everybody who leaves comments, regardless if they're positive or negative. I try to interact with you all. So if you've got something you want to ask me in the comment section, please, you know, just go ahead, let me know. But yeah, I found out yesterday that the casual Warzone mode, you know, the bot lobbies, whatever you want to call them, well, let's use its official title, Warzone Casual. So Warzone Casual, like I said at the beginning of the video, you have, what, 8 teams of 4? So 32 players, and then the remaining players in the lobby, which I think it's 148 players total. The remainder are bots. Now, if you win a game, or if you get a kill in that game, there's no leaderboard for it. It doesn't add onto your Warzone leaderboard stats, which you kind of argue that, okay, that's fair enough, you know, because everybody, you know, all these leaderboard hunters are just go and play bots and just, you know, just dominating there, which I kind of get that. But where is the critical thinking when it comes to putting this game mode in the game? Why don't they just put in a leaderboard for the casual mode? Like, these developers have got to understand. People like to grind things in video games. Yes, you've got this thing at the moment where you just go around, you drop all these safes, but that doesn't really take that long. But you've got to give players of all skill levels something to work towards in the game to keep them coming back, to keep them playing. And at the moment, Warzone doesn't have that. Yes, I know there's still, you know, the mega sweats who are grinding, you know, when it comes to leaderboard wins, you know, in all the normal modes. But there needs to be leaderboards for pretty much every single playlist. Like, why isn't there a plunder leaderboard of, like, I don't know, cash earned, contracts complete, you know, stuff like that? That's what they need in the game. They need stuff to keep people playing and coming back. And like I've said before in multiple videos, and I'm not going to go over it, you know, in too much detail today, the developers must be in an echo chamber, all patting each other on the back for, like, just not doing very much. It's kind of like the corporate West. There's no critical thinking in these big companies anymore. Can anybody remember, like, when Google or Apple did anything really groundbreaking? It's like they're more bothered about politics now and being viewed upon in a good political light instead of actually designing and making a product what's actually mind-blowing now. And I kind of think you've got a similar situation in Call of Duty. But again, these are my opinions, guys. But, you know, player numbers don't lie. Yes, it had a good initial start for 2 or 3 days, but anybody could have said that, you know? Anybody could have predicted that. But I'm predicting now by, what, the end of April? We're at the 8th of April when I'm recording this video. I should imagine by the 8th of April, we're sorry, by the end of April, we're pretty much down where player numbers once was. Because again, it's nice to have a bit of nostalgia back in Warzone, but ultimately, guys, you know, they just don't care about multiplayer anymore, so, you know, those numbers are going to continue to dwindle down. But again, Warzone, it's not new content, it's not fresh content, it's remastered content. It's something what Call of Duty does all the time. Remastered this, remastered that. You know, people keep lapping it up. Like, the problem, like, the biggest problem with Call of Duty, obviously, is the cheating, if you're looking at it, you know, from a, you know, analytical point of view. But when you look at it from another perspective, it's just the remastered content, guys. Nothing's new, nothing's fresh. You know, the game just doesn't feel fresh. The events, like, they recycle the events, guys, now, what they've had previously. There's nothing new, nothing fresh in the game, and that's ultimately, guys, why... Oh, sorry, there is stuff fresh in the game, obviously. Cosmetics, microtransaction, post-launch content, MDLC, whatever you want to refer to it as. There's plenty of stuff like that, the guys, in the store, but yeah, when it comes to the actual game itself, guys, it's terrible. It's really, really terrible. They always do things what are the cheapest way to try to get money in, but yeah. Again, let me know what you think in the comment section, guys. Just anybody who thinks Call of Duty is like back, you're fucking deluded. Love you all. Take it easy, guys.